that was. So before the 2017 draft, the Bills and Chiefs made a trade, and it changed the entire landscape of the AFC. Buffalo traded down from 10th overall and turned it into a handful of key contributors, most notably Pro Bowlers Tre'Davious White and Tremaine Edmonds. Meanwhile, the Chiefs took some guy named Patrick Mahomes, and really the rest is history. So let's talk about the present. For the latest on these two games, we get back out to Arrowhead, bring in Jeffrey Chadilla and Kim Jones. They are not reading who said that. They're bringing us reports here. And Jeffrey, with the Chiefs, they ran all over the Bills in Week 6. We've talked about it so many times, but honestly, that feels like 7 seasons ago at this point.
Yeah, well, the Chiefs will tell you, Colleen, that this Bills team is a much better team than in Week 6, and they recognize that with Patrick Mahomes playing in this game that they may see the same kind of defense they saw. You heard Kim mention in that last segment where she said, look, the Chiefs got 245 rushing yards. The Bills never blitzed Mahomes once. The Chiefs expect that kind of deal again because when they play teams that have given them that kind of look, a lot of guys in coverage, letting the Chiefs run the football, they've had more difficulty with that. In fact, McCole Hardman, their wide receiver, said they expect teams to try to play them to give up to take away the big play, to not allow them to go down the field in 4 or 5 seconds. And so they know, look, the Bills are going to come out here and play good defense. They're going to come out here and try to let them run the football. But when the chances come for that big play, the Chiefs have to capitalize. And now we'll send it over to Kim.
Jeff, thanks so much. It's going to be a great chess match tomorrow here at Arrowhead Stadium. I want to talk for a moment about Stefon Diggs. I don't know that the Bills are in this spot had Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott not made that trade for Diggs. One thing about Diggs that has gone completely overlooked, his leadership. Rookie Gabriel Davis talked about it several weeks ago. This week, Brian Daboll talked about the idea. Steph is one of our leaders. He is certainly one of their most valuable players as well. Then there's Cole Beasley. By the way, Cole Beasley didn't have a catch last week in that playoff win over the Ravens, and yet Daboll said in the locker room Beasley was smiling more than anyone. He was so happy that the team won the game. I'm also told that Beasley said to Diggs, I was open, by the way, Steph, just so you know. Receivers are always open. Colleen?
I love that. Kim, Jeffrey, thank you so much for all of your reports and the amazing Who Said That reads today. We'll see you guys tomorrow on game day morning. But with this matchup, the Chiefs offense, it seems like they're nearly unstoppable, though we have seen some flaws from them. You think about the game against the Falcons where it was super close, low scoring. But this Bills defense that they're facing held the Ravens to just 3 points last week. So, D-Hall, do you think that this is going to happen again? Will Buffalo be able to repeat that type of performance against Kansas City?
You know, you probably say no just because of all the weapons that Kansas City has offensively, right? And for this Bills defense, we saw a graphic that showed us a little bit about that 2017 draft. And what you really didn't realize, or a trade, I should say, what you really didn't realize was that in 2018, that trade allowed the Buffalo Bills to get defensive leader Tremaine Edmonds with the number 16 pick, the second first round that they drafted in that draft. The first one obviously was Josh Allen, number 7. And so Tremaine Edmonds gave them another defensive leader, a speed guy in a division that you have to be able to cover tight ends. This dude's 6'5", 250 pounds, runs a 4.5 40. I mean, just a physical specimen. And it's going to be times that Leslie Frazier is going to say, hey, Tremaine, you got to handle up, right? We know they're going to play a little bit of soft zone to try to keep that deep ball off. But it's going to be times Tremaine Edmonds is going to have to guard all-pro tight end Travis Kelce, who I've already said is probably the baddest man in the league at running routes, especially inside at the tight end position. And so, yes, that trade gave them the ammo to get two leaders for that football team in Buffalo. That's obviously Josh Allen as well as Tremaine Edmonds. He has to show up in this ball game.
Hey, D-Hall, you know what? You did a tremendous job outlining what Tremaine Edmonds does for this defense. And now I know why our producer Cody put me right after you in this conversation, because the way that the Buffalo Bills defended the Kansas City Chiefs earlier in the season, that Week 6 matchup, we've been talking about it all morning. 2 safeties high, right? I think early in this game, they're going to have to test Patrick Mahomes to see if that foot is right, to see if all his mental capacities are there, to see if they could try to trick him or anything, or to see if they could just get a hit on Patrick Mahomes. Because if Patrick Mahomes is fully healthy, I expect them to play that cover 2 defense most of the game. And so, yes, the onus goes down to Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds in the run game to be able to have a light box, not have the extra defender in the box, but still be able to shed offensive linemen and offensive blockers and still be able to make the tackle without that extra safety help from the back end. That extra safety help allows this Buffalo Bills defense to double Tyreek Hill and double Travis Kelce in spots. But I'm telling you, if Patrick Mahomes is totally healthy, it's going to be a tough sledding for this Buffalo Bills defense.
Well, I want to actually kick it. I want to make a point and then kick it back to you, Mike Rob. I'm sorry. Did I jump you, Colleen? My bad.
You're fine.
To me.
Let's go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please. No. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. No, please. Now I need to know what you were going to say. We're going to sit here. No, You're going to go, Garofalo.
Oh, all right. Well, my question.
Go, Jeezy.
All this talk about the Bills in that game, keeping everything in front of them and the way that they play. Isn't that what they do a lot of the time anyway? Isn't that their defensive philosophy? So doesn't that almost kind of play to their strengths that they're one of the teams that does this well and play a lot of quarters at times and put their guys deep and say, you can try to beat us underneath?
But Jeezy, 85% of the time in that Week 6 matchup, they played 2 safeties high, okay? Stevie Wonder can see all you got to do is turn around and hand the football off and run the football. So at some point, they have to play that coverage in spots. But the fastest way to get to a touchdown is just turn around, hand the football off, and run a straight line. So if they can stop the Kansas City Chiefs from doing that, make Kansas City counterpunch, don't just let them run the ball down your throat.
I have a feeling Garofalo and I are gonna get a little talking to after the show because the whole time all we hear is Garofalo, go, Colleen, go. It's fine. All right, we're going.
That's the worst that happened.
Back.
We had a great show.
What we're talking for the first time.
Look for the challenge of playing the Bills. So they're a good football team, well coached. I mean, Sean's done a tremendous job there. He's got really good coordinators, head coach caliber coordinators, and they're just a real good football team. Every angle you look at, they're a good football team and have talent.
Time to play Phillip Rivers' favorite game. We'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge Rivers retiring this week. One of the great personalities in NFL history will be missed in that regard. Looking forward to his career as a high school head coach. All right, it is Who Said That? You know how it works. We read a quote from a player or coach that made news this week. The folks here, you guys at home, try to guess who said that. James Palmer's up first. Let's do this Larry King style. Larry King, rest in peace, broadcasting legend, passed away this morning. Sad news. A little tribute to him. Green Bay, Wisconsin, you're on the air.
Wow, I like that. I'm wearing suspenders underneath this coat. You can't tell. This is kind of meta, by the way. This is someone doing Mark Ingram, me doing that person impersonation. Here we go. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. Rolls-Royce driving, private jet flying, for all-pro, first team, the most receptions, the most yards in Buffalo Bills history, the first receiver to go first team all-pro in the organizational history, Stephon Diggs. You all know what it means.
James Palmer would not be shocked in that impression of Tre'Davious White doing Ric Flair, maybe Mark Ingram. Who else? T.Y. Hilton used to do it. Ric Flair. The players love doing themselves some Ric Flair. Let's take a little listen. Oh, I missed it. I screwed it up. All right, good job. I think it was, I believe it was D. Hall that yelled it out first. So D. Hall gets credit. All right, this is going to be Jeffrey Chadilla here. Kansas City, Missouri, you're on the air.
All right, here we go. I've always been the smallest guy on every team I've always been on, but I've always had the most heart. I'm going to always outplay my height. Oh, 50-50 balls, D. Hall. I want to make every single one of them mine.
He didn't actually say D. Hall, but Jeff customized that for you, D. Hall.
Is my man Tyreek Hill?
Is it Tyreek Hill?
Is it my man Tyreek Hill? D. Hall's man. It is Tyreek Hill right there.
He played big, Jesus.
Always the
he
smallest
played
guy.
big.
but he plays big. He wants those 50-50 balls. Good for you, Tyreek Hill. Good job, Jeff Jadia. We always love custom quotes. All right, now we are going to Section A, Arrowhead parking lot. Hello. Kim Jones, sorry.
It is Section A, Mike Garofolo. Thank you very much for that. Here we go. Karen, hello. Where are you, Boston? This is crazy. You're zooming into our press conferences. This is nuts.
Fantastic. Does anybody know who was stunned to hear from Karen?
Is that Tom Brady?
Close.
Karen.
You're very close. All right, it was Rob Gronkowski.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Man.
Where are you, Boston?
Listen.
Crazy. You're zooming in our press conferences. This is nuts.
This is Gronk no understand how Karen not confined by time and space and here in our Zoom. That was fantastic. Great read, Kim Jones. Great job, Rob Gronkowski, saying hello to his friend up there, his old friend up there in Boston. I'm going to say her last name. I'm going to screw it up. I'm sorry, Karen. I'm going to screw it up. Garagian? I don't know.
You messed up.
All right. Stacey Dales now to the 4th level at Lambeau. You're on the air.
May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. We're in the Miller Light deck here. Let me get into character here. We're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up. And it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down, all right? And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap. And we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down.
We knew you were going to get this one. Everybody gets credit for it, but how could we not do the Dan Campbell? Do we want to take it full? Let's take it full.
All right, and when you punch us back, we're going to smile at
Dan,
you.
a
And when
funny
you knock
guy,
us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right, and we're going to stand up, and then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right, and on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down.
All right, there are 5 penalties.
A lot of them Detroit Lions
on the
players.
defense. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike, all of that stuff is a penalty. Thank you, Stacey Dales.
Surprise.